Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about McDonald's stock and how much 100 shares will pay you in dividend income. So, looking at the data for the stock on stockanalysis.com, definitely go check out their website. They provide a lot of really good data that you can use to analyze stocks. But we're not going to go real in depth with valuing the stock. I just kind of want to briefly look at the numbers and calculate how much 100 shares will pay you in quarterly income. So, quickly looking at the stock, it's down today over $1.12. The past 5 days, it is up. Looks like the low point was 243, 246. It's now trading at 252.88, 252.78. The past month, it's down about 0.46%. Looks like it peaks around 260. And then year to date, it is also down, right around 14.33%. So it has not been performing well year to date. The past year, pretty much the same, down about 14.16%. In the past 5 years, it's up almost 20%, sitting at 19.66% there. So overall, the past 5 years, it's still in the green. But more recently, year to date, it definitely has been underperforming. So why is that? I'm not really sure. It could be the cost of food, and just with inflation being very high, their profit margins could be getting shrinked a little bit. But that is something you'll have to take a look at yourself. Follow why the stock market per se is not really happy with the stock and kind of how it's been performing. But with that being said, going to quickly run through some of these numbers here. The revenue is high. Looks like they are growing every year. Looks like their profit is growing as well. Their next ex-dividend date, so it looks like it did just pass last month. So it's not going to be for a little bit before they go on ex-dividend date again. But definitely keep an eye out for that. Looking at the forecast, according to this website, I know there's tons of analysts out there that, create valuations for stocks and stock predictions. So definitely do your own research on that point. But according to this website, it looks like there's a lot of strong buys and just buy ratings. There's a couple holds at 8. There's 0 sells and 0 strong sells. So the overall consensus looks pretty bullish, ranging from 280 to 355. Looking at the dividends tab, so they are currently paying, dividend currently around 2.64%, an annual dividend of $6.68, payout ratio under 60% at 56.71%. They do pay quarterly. Cool thing about McDonald's as well is they have been growing their dividend, pretty nicely at 9.93%. I'm not sure if that's 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or how they're calculating that, but that does look like how they're showing that yield there. And then they have been growing it for 49 years. So if you like dividend growth stocks, McDonald's could be one that could potentially match your criteria there. And scrolling down a little bit, so the last ex-dividend date was June 3rd. So it looks like the next one isn't going to happen until August, and then you'll be paid in September. So just keep an eye out for that. It looks like the last week of August is when they'll go on ex-dividend date again. But the last part of this video, let's calculate how much you can predict to receive on a quarterly basis from buying 100 shares of McDonald's or investing more than $25,000 into this company. So $6.68. Pretty simple math here. Let me back out. $6.68 times 100. You're going to get paid $668 per year from McDonald's. And then if you multiply that by the actual payment schedule, every quarter you're going to expect to receive, right around $167 from 100 shares of McDonald's. And then multiply, let's bring it back here, 668. If you just want to, you're not going to get paid on a monthly schedule, but if you kind of want to average and see what the average is, it's going to be around $55.66. So that is kind of the projection there. Obviously dividends and stocks and all kinds of things can change at any moment. So these are just projections, but it does look like they've had a pretty good track record of over 40 plus years, almost 50, 49 years of dividend growth. So really cool there for McDonald's. And lastly, once you have 100 shares, you can also sell covered calls, which is another way to kind of create cash flow from your portfolio. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the volume. Yeah, so I think they have a decent amount of volume, so that's cool as well. So you should be able to sell options, pretty easily, with this big, big company, and the price is very high. So there may be, stock split planned for the future. I definitely keep an eye out for that as well. That would be interesting to see if McDonald's does that, because a lot of other companies have been doing that as well. But yeah, guys, needless to say, that is going to wrap up today's video. Please like and subscribe down below, and let me know if you like McDonald's at these current levels, and if you like investing into this company for their dividend.